Namaste yogis, it's Becca. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon as I am here. I am bringing you this 30-minute Vinyasa flow based around the idea of having a Gypsy spirit. And it's a concept I've been really talking about and uncovering a little bit more of over this last little while. Especially, I have a retreat coming up in Belize that's called Wandering But Not Lost. And so I've been defining and redefining and sort of getting to understand this concept of wanderer. And for me, this goes along with the spirited adventurer. So it's someone who is ready to jump outside of the box, try new things, and from the outside, it can look like this person is like meandering around, like I don't have any direction, when in fact it's quite the opposite. That there are several directions that a wanderer or a Gypsy spirit may take, but eventually it leads, in my opinion, to happiness, wholeness, and a sense of understanding self. That it's okay at times to have that stability and the earthiness and the groundedness, and then we need to jump out of what is comfortable and get into something a little bit less comfortable. And so this is the Gypsy flow. It's going to be open, expansive, and you can take it to whatever level feels good. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, I'm actually wearing a Gypsy shirt, or so I would like to think it is. What I mean by that, again, is just flowing, it's open. I don't know how I'm going to practice really in it, but we'll give it a go. So if you're watching this and you have big Indian harem pants, or you want to wear a nice flowy shirt or something a little bit looser that has some movement, sometimes that feels really good as you flow. There's a sense of sort of letting go and releasing the restriction of tight pants, right? Even though I absolutely love what I'm wearing today, which reminds me of the beach, it is a sunset. And so these I picked up at the Victoria Yoga Conference last year, and I love them deeply. So it reminds me of being on the beach and looking at a sunset or a sunrise and having that connection to nature, which I also feel is very much about being a Gypsy, being very close to the earth and very close to Mother Nature. So enjoy this flow. Again, 30 minutes, and we'll start at the top of our mats. Allowing our feet to be quite rooted in towards the earth, and our shoulders can roll back. We'll take an inhale, rise the arms up to the sky. And exhale, forward fold, draping our body all the way down. Giving ourselves an opportunity to let the head hang out a little bit, softening up. Just going to put my hair up in a bun here, otherwise it's going to be a little bit crazy. Anyway, inhale, hands to shins of earth, half lift. These fingers to floor is always good. Exhale, palms drop down. Just take a little step back into your upper push-up position. So bringing your shoulders over top of the wrist line, being super strong and through the hands, maybe finding a little bit of a wrist jiggle so you can let that shit go, right? Because sometimes it is in the wrist and it just feels a little too much for us to be on the hands right away. Let's drop it into a child's pose. Take the knees to the floor, point the toes away. Walk your hands back a little bit so you can settle your bum in towards your heels. And when you do that, you kind of anchor, so you've got still the lengthening, but you anchor your bum down, and then you let everything settle down so the forehead can make its way on towards the earth. And you just maybe roll around the third eye. So that space right in between the eyebrows, you might find is, it kind of gets, we're like, always focusing on computers and cell phones, and maybe your eyes don't look like this, but mine do at times. So it's a lot of tension there, right? So let's let that go. And then roll our spine coming all the way up. And I can already tell you I'm going to be talking into my shirt a lot, okay? So interlocking the hands and pressing the fist down, lifting up through the heart bone as you gaze lifts. But watch the chin. It's not about the chin. It's about the eyes and the heart. And then exhale, come forward. And only if you don't have neck injury will you take the crown of the head to the floor, reaching those arms all the way up towards the front of the room. So there's still lots of weight in your shins. Drop them down. The arms can come back. You can release the wrists a little bit, but keep your hands interlocked. Holding here for 3. Just releasing through the shoulder joint for 2. And then for 1, you'll roll yourself all the way back up again. Lengthening up the arms. Draw the palms to touch in towards the heart center, widening out through the knees, hands to the floor, tuck the toes under, right away, crow pose. So if you're learning crow, your index thumb and the outer edge of your palm suctions into the floor, Hasta Bandha. You're going to choose your own adventure today, right? That's what we are. We are adventurers. So you're coming forward, lifting up one foot and then the other foot, sending your heart forward. Could you think of your collarbones expanding further towards the front of your mat while your tail lifts up a little bit more to the back of the mat. Then lower down the toes to the floor. Walk your knees in towards each other so you seal up your inner thighs, yeah? Roll back your hands into the heart center. We're coming up to standing. So you're pulling and you're rising all the way up you go. Stay high on your toes, up, 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 up. And then lower the heels down to the floor. Take an inhale, rise. Arms up, exhale, hands through heart center, down we go. Uttanasana, face in towards the shins. Inhale, half lift, hands to the floor or shins. Palms touch down. You'll walk yourself forward into an upper push-up position, making your way to side plank towards the right side. So you have your left hand comes forward. Roll onto the outer edges of your left foot. Maybe you take your top leg and step it over, it doesn't matter. Take an inhale, reach the arm up, up, up towards the sky. Arm circles, inhale, reach the arm up and over. Take the hand down close towards the floor. Take an inhale, rise it up. Good, take the arm again. We'll just go one more circle. And then you'll rise it all the way back up. Nice, one last time, reach the arm up and over. Hold here for one big breath in. And as you exhale, take it to an upper push-up position. So hands gently lower down again. Be super light on your hands. Kicking back your heels, exhale, take it to chaturanga or the floor. Point your toes and you'll lift up. Heart bone surrenders towards the front of the room. The gaze lifts, super strong through the thighs. Tuck those toes under when you're ready. You're back into your downward facing dog. First dog. Allowing your hands to be really strong in towards the mat. Feeling your belly pull up and in, and your heart is not dropping. This is not a head to floor posture. This is a head in between upper arms, sending your spine so long from your wrist to your hip. Like stretch it out, stretch it back. Nice. Good, holding here, right leg lifts up towards the sky. I'm mirroring you, so we're all gonna go the same direction. Step it up towards your thumb, all the way up to the top of the mat, right? Inhaling, roll back your shoulders, rise your arms up to the sky. Nice, holding it out here. Then palms come to touch in towards the heart center. Take the hands down to the inside edge of the foot. Back knee lowers, head bows. Roll your spine back up. Lift your back knee. Reach your arms back up. Nice. Exhale, soften. Knee to floor. Head to floor. Roll your spine back up. Knee lifts. Arms up. Yeah, I think you know where we're going for this last one, right? Okay, exhale, hands down. Knee down. Face down. Now you're going to hold it out here. Point away the back toes. This is awkward for me, but you might still be okay with this. You can take this into a regular lizard pose, but if you want to challenge just something different maybe, bring your right arm underneath you, fingertips towards that right side, and then the left side, and you can drop down a little bit further if that feels okay. We just want to watch your pelvis isn't like bleh, your core is not dropping out, right? This still has some integrity, right? So we're finding those inner thighs, but you're still with your breath, moving yourself a little bit lower, getting into the backs of those legs, head, crown, reaching towards the floor. Holding here for 3. Really feeling that dynamic for your inner thighs, separating out your front foot and your back knee for 2. And then for 1, you'll rise up your spine. Take your hands to the floor, lift up your back knee so toes tuck under. Left hand slides forward. You've got a side plank with a tree pose. So hand to hip. You can take a few tries, otherwise you can lift up through your right leg. Use your hand, let it come onto the inside of your leg or lower leg. Lift up your hips higher, send your arm up a little bit more. Lift the gaze for 3. Nice, for 2. For 1, leg can stay elevated as you lower down your right hand to the floor. Kick out the leg, exhale, chaturanga or floor. Let your heart rise, upward dog cobra. And bring it back into downward facing dog. Nice, you'll take that little gaze forward, just step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling, fingertips to floor, hands to shins, half lift. Nice, exhale, forward fold. So as you hold out here, notice belly to thigh, soften the knees if you need. Let the head hang out. Let go of all the tension of all the daily stuff that you do. You're reading it. Routine is not needed here. It's a softening. It's a letting go, and it's an exploration and an expression. I was going to combine the two words, but it just seemed weird. So we're going to go with both of those. Explore, expand, experience. Inhale, hands to shins of earth, half lift. Nice. Exhale, drop your palms to the floor. Take a step back, upper push-up, or just go right to your chaturanga. Inhale, go to upward dog cobra. So send the heart up a little bit higher. Go to upper push-up. So from here, lift up, hold here, tuck your toes under. Good. Inhale, hold here, heart forward. Exhale, top of the right foot, top of the left foot. Hold, strong legs. You can lower the knees to the floor if you need. Good. Tuck under left toes, right toes hold. Top of the left foot, top of the right foot. Good. One more time, tuck under right toes, left toes, nicely done. Send it back into downward facing dog. Just gonna slide back on my mat a little bit here. Breathing into my shirt. So as we open up through the upper back, we're feeling the arms are strong. So the upper arm bones roll away from each other. The inner arm bones roll together, which is your forearms and your thumb and your index. You're so strong here. Good. So wave your spine forward into upper push-up position. Nice. You're taking your right hand forward, sending it to a modified or a full side plank. Reaching open through your top hand. Nice. We're taking this to arm circle, so the arm reaches up and over. Send the arm down to the floor. Reach the arm up to the ceiling. Nice. Again, arm reaches over, down to the floor, up to the sky. Nice. One last time. Take this inhale, reach, reach, reach. As you exhale, hands come down to the floor. Holding here, inhale. Exhale, go chaturanga or the floor. Reach your heart into your upward dog or cobra, full extension. And then bring it back into downward facing dog. Good. So taking your left leg up towards the sky into three-limb dog. Pressing through the hands, look forward. Step your foot all the way up. Nice and slow. Good. So we squeeze the inner thighs. You set up in the posture, right? Then inhale, roll back. Lift up your arms. Yes, rib cage draws in, soften. Sit down lower, but not so the chest is sticking out, right? So we're not doing anything to hurt our spines. We're going longer, belly in, arms up. Yeah, super exploratory through the spine here. Exhale, hands down, knee down, head lowers. Good, and roll your spine up. Untuck your knee. Arms up, crescent lunge, right? It's not super difficult, but sometimes the transition is challenging. Knee down, soften. Roll your spine up. Lift up your knee. You got one last time. You guys know where we're going here. Here we are. All right, so hands come down to the inside edge of the front foot, right? The knee touches down and you're gonna soften. So you know, if today is like, no, I'm gonna stay right here. I love it, right? Who are you competing against? Does it matter, right? You have your own spirit, your own heart, your own self-esteem, so we don't need to hurt ourselves in yoga, right? So you can choose maybe a little bit more if that's where you're at. Taking your left fingertips to the side, taking your right fingertips to the side, and then maybe lowering the head down and hanging out here. Pointing away your back toes. I have such tight hamstrings and hips, it might not look like it, but they are. And so I've always struggled with forward folding in any way. So I feel it, so I have to breathe, right? It's so important that we breathe. Good, one more big inhale. And as you exhale, you let yourself come all the way back up and hold. Here, you'll tuck your toes under. You pull up your pelvis. We're moving this to a side plank tree variation. You can do it or not, right? Whatever. So right hand slides forward. Go on the outer edge of your foot, hand to hip. Take your left leg, bring it around, drop it onto the top side of your inner thigh, and then lift. Yes, opening up maybe a little bit further now towards the sky for 3. Oh, I love this. Shoulder blades together for 2. Heart opening forward, and then one last inhale. Whip. Take the hand all the way down to the floor. Take the legs straight up behind you. Exhale, chaturanga or floor. Lift up your heart. And then back into downward Facing dog. Super strong, releasing, maybe rocking out your hips a little bit. Nice. All right, your right leg goes up to the sky. You can take a child's pose if you need and then catch up. Gaze it forward, step it up. Right foot, keep your left fingertips where they are. Open up your heart towards the left side. Let's go a little bit further though. So if this is okay, so this is right side, sorry. As you're opening up, notice, you know, if you're already challenged in your hips, stay here. Otherwise, you're taking your hand out to the side of the mat. So drop it right off there, right? Walk out your right foot. Press into it and let your heart open towards the left. Yeah, if you've got mobility issues, just stay here. If you want a little bit further, take your hand and reach it all the way back. Again, I love this shit. Like, it just feels so good. It's freeing, right? We're always like, oh, you know, I'm always like this, I should say. So this feels really nice to me. Okay, one more big inhale. Good, and then as you exhale, take your hand to the floor. But watch, we're gonna start walking this foot around, going to the outer edge, modified side plank, left hand slides forward. Keep your hips elevated, hand can rise up. We just switched up kind of the angle of this. Nice, all right, if you wanna go a little further, we're taking this to a bit of an arm balance, okay? Just simple, press into the back side or your bottom foot, grab hold of the interior of your foot, and just elevate up the knee. Holding here for 3. Good, strong through the bottom thigh for 2. Good, and then for 1, you're settling the foot down. Let your hips fall towards the earth. Slide your leg in. Walk yourself forward. So you need to be on the front side of your hip bone on the left and drop your face towards the floor. And when you do this, maybe you can take your right hand and grab onto your back leg, which would be your left one, and drop your head to the earth. Nice, modified grasshopper. It's totally up to you if you want to give this a try. You can stay here and be like, oh, I'm good. Otherwise, you lift up a little bit. Your hand comes very close in towards you. You press in with your hand foot. The top of your thigh is going to settle on the back side of your calf, okay? So as you come up, slide yourself up and hold here, leaning your heart forward, ass back for 3. Good, for 2. And then for 1, you can lower your hips down, come all the way back up again. You're gonna face away from me. Both legs come out towards the back of the room, hips to the center of the mat. Inhale, arms up, Paschimottanasana. Exhale, soften, forward fold. Let your knees bend up a little bit. Take your butt cheeks out to the side and back a little bit, okay? Sorry about this angle, but here we are. We're heading our head, bringing our head in between our shins. Bring the head longer. Good, holding here for 3. Nice, then for 2. Then for 1, roll your spine. Coming all the way back up again. Purvattanasana, walk your hands back behind you, point your toes away, and lift up into a reverse push-up position. Now, only if you have no issues in your neck would you let your head drop back. Otherwise, keep your head in line with your shoulders, please. Then we're crab walking to the back of the mat, which is away from me, right? So bend out your knees, drop your feet to the floor, crab walk it. Into Malasana. So take your feet out a little bit wider. Drop your hips down. Yes. I'm all, okay. So allow yourself to settle down away from the camera, away from your computer, letting your head soften into your index fingers. I like rocking, you might not like rocking, but I like the motion. For me, it feels like a wave, you know, if you're ever in a boat and you're just kind of settling on top of the ocean, not doing anything, you're just bobbing up and down. I love it. It's so soothing for me. So maybe that's where I'm getting this from. Holding here for 3. Nice, and 2. And then for 1, take your hands to the floor, forward fold. So come up, heel toe your feet in, step it back with one of your legs. It doesn't really matter which one you want to take. I'm going to take my right one to the back, hands to the inside, walk myself around to wide-legged forward fold. Good. Take an inhale, peace fingers to floor. Exhale, grab on to either the outer edges of your ankles or use peace fingers to toes, whatever works, okay? Take an inhale, lengthen this out, and exhale, drop your crown towards the floor. So we're settling into more the base of the toes, the heels are really light, soften the knees if you need to. Maybe even closing your eyes and imagining, your safe space as you journey through life. There's many different ways that we can be gypsy spirits. It can be through traveling, it can be through what we choose as adventure for our careers, right? Like not all the time do you have to settle into the traditional roles, right? It's okay. There's nothing saying that this is what defines Becca or this is what defines you. You get to define it. I love that shit. I love it. Okay. Take an inhale, hands to shins of earth, half lift. Then bend out your knees so you're soft as you bring yourself all the way back around. You'll step it back into an upper push-up position. Inhale, holding. Exhale, go through your flow. So if you're tired, guess what? Just go down to a dog, right? Doesn't matter. Then take yourself back into downward facing dog. Nice. Let's take a quick child's pose. Come up onto the toes. Let your knees settle down. Point your toes away. Push back first. Then drop the arms behind you. Soften the head to the floor. Nice. Roll your spine. Coming up. Send your arms forward to the top of the mat. Tuck your toes under. Just go upper push-up position. Send your tail back into downward facing dog. Come forward, upper push-up. The journey's forward. And sometimes we take 2 steps back. All right, let's be honest. We come forward. We feel like, I'm accomplishing so much. And then it's like, oh shit, we're back again. It's okay. Take your left leg up towards the sky. Let's gaze it forward. Step it up to the top of the mat. Nice. All right. So we're holding here. Fingertips to floor. That's the right ones. And you can start to twist towards the left-hand side. Like you feel your heart wraps around and the shoulders stack, and here you are. If you want to go further, start to walk your hand out a little bit. Maybe your foot settles out, hand to the knee, and we start to open up the heart. And if you want that little extra bit of mobility, you're taking your top hand and reaching it up. Nice, holding here for 3, wrapping your heart around a little bit further for 2. Yes, and then for 1, so we're taking the hand down to the floor. Start to walk yourself around. So now you've got this modified side plank as we open up towards the left-hand side. All right, so you can feel it. It's almost the same as what we just were in, but it's a little bit different. Good, you can work it through the arm balance. So you grab on to your top leg. You lift up the knee towards the ceiling. Hold here for 3. Hold here for 2. Nice. And then for 1, you're settling your foot to the floor. Allow your hip to roll down. Walk yourself forward. So you need to be on the front side of the hip joint. You can feel that. This is the back side. This is the front side, right? And then you can grab onto your foot and drop your face towards the floor. Nice. You'll roll your spine coming back up if you want to work it into the other arm balance. Hand comes close. You lift up your leg onto the back side of your calf. Hold here for 3. Nice. Holding here for 2. Then for 1, lower your hip back down. Face towards the back of the room. Legs as wide as the mat now. Just changing this up. Use your left hand. Grab onto the outer edge of your foot, ankle, shin. Open up your heart towards the left side. Sorry, the right side. I guess you'd be twisting. Nice. So you're almost leaning back and pulling. All right, so continue to lean. And as you do, you will lift up through your right leg. Good. If the neck is like, I don't like this, look towards the wall or go over towards the front. Good. We're slowly shifting our hips, bending out through your right foot, stepping it to the outer edge of your left leg. Okay, so you're still facing away, or if you need to, you can turn and face me as well. Hand comes behind you. Inhale, left elbow up. Elbow goes to the outer edge of your knee. You're taking a twist. Nice. Looking all the way back behind you so you can feel this energy. Otherwise, just look towards the front of the neck again. Like, really be conscious, right? Doesn't matter. We're simply just breathing and figuring out what it is that feels the best for us today. Good. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, you'll take it back to center. Take your foot to the inside edge of your left leg. Inhaling, rise. You're going to work it out into Janusharsasana, so you'll stay here. So this is head to knee pose, or I like head to foot pose, whatever. You can also go into a half lotus position. So you're taking up your leg, dropping it down, but if you have any knee pain, please back out of this. Your option is to work it out into a half bind where you can lean forward. If you want to go further, you're taking your hand to your foot. Got a little too much material here to go. Take hand to your foot and you lean forward. Good. So we're holding here for 3. Getting into our digestive tract. If you've got that half lotus, you'll feel it. Your heel will be into your intestine. It's a nice massage. It's nothing too aggressive. For 2. And then for 1, we'll roll our spines coming all the way back up again. Nice. All right, inhale, both arms up. Take your left hand to the outer edge, right hand to the outer edge of your left foot. So we're twisting towards the left side now, right? Okay, so we wrap around the heart, and you can feel, don't worry about the shoulder right away. It's irrelevant. Let your heart open, then gently let the hand come back behind you, right? So we're feeling this expansiveness. There's an ease with our living as opposed to trying so hard. It's so unnecessary, right? Lessons I'm learning, right? One more big inhale. And then when you're ready, you start to lean back. And so maybe you can start elevating up that leg. I don't know, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. You're sending your fingertips long. Nice, holding here, one more big breath in. And as you exhale, the knee bends. You're sending the foot over to the outer edge of your right leg. Sit up tall, twisting left, left hand behind you. Right arm goes up, elbow to the outer edge of the knee. Nice, one more big breath in. So beautiful, I love this. Then take it into Janusharsasana, yeah? So head to knee pose, head to foot pose, whatever you want to call it, or half your lotus variation. So again, if you're feeling your knee joint here, lotus is not about your knee, lotus is about your hip, right? So just be really honored where you're at with that, and start to drop yourself into your forward fold. Big breaths in and big breaths out. Nice, and then roll or let your heart lengthen up. Have both of your feet come up to the top of the mat. Bring them together, walk your feet in. Nice. Take the hands back, reverse tabletop. Lift yourself all the way up. Taking this to a side plank. It doesn't matter which direction you're going. Let's all do it together though if you like. So we can take right leg out in front. Turn your right hand. Start to step your left leg up and over. It's just a transition as you take hands to the floor and make your way upward push-up. Everyone okay there? Okay. Send it back into downward facing dog. Good. Holding here for a nice cleansing breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, side. Beautiful. Come up high onto your toes. Let your knees settle down towards the floor. Rest back in child's pose. Head to the floor. Nice. Roll your spine coming all the way back up again. Feeling your heart lift, and the hands will come all the way into the heart center. Nicely done. I hope that you have had a wonderful practice. For the next few minutes to finish off the 30 minutes, or I think we're maybe at 25, do a shavasana or maybe another couple postures. Headstands are wonderful, shoulder stands, and then working into happy babies and some twists for the end of your practice. So that's Gypsy flow. I hope you've had a good time. It's a little challenging for me with the shirt, but you know what? That's what I love about life, is sometimes things are easy and sometimes things are a little tough, but it's how we maneuver through them that makes the difference. So I love you all, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you at my retreat in Belize, November 11th to 18th. And if not, we'll certainly catch each other on another YouTube video. Namaste, my friends.